The mayor of Georgetown, His Worship Ubraj Narine, and yours truly were recently arrested. We made an appearance before the Georgetown Magistrate's courts. Supporters turned out in their numbers. This is how those events unfolded.
First thing, I wish to thank all the supporters of the city of Georgetown, all the MPs, the lawyers, the leader of the opposition, the diaspora, for their support, and all these vendors who are here, who are trying to make an honest living in our state we all call Guyana. Today, democracy is dead in our country. I've been silenced by all this action that is happening. I wish to state that I will continue to fight for the people of this city and at large my country. We all have to stand up for democracy. We all have freedom of speech.
Correct.
And we must stand together to fight for the return of democracy.
Correct.
In our country.
Correct.
As mayor, I will continue to serve you, the people of the city. I thank you.
Time the tech do that like a remodel this place and let people, they encourage the people to go and squat their force. Now when the people there, before they go in the system, when they can remodel the place and put a structure in place so people can on, they're going in the night to move people, the mayor now SU. People on it as a SU. People on the 8% is monkey money. We want on decent money. The SU is not the mayor. The SU is on in. They gotta put structure in place and remodel this whole place that we get money. We want to enjoy their money too. We want to know we grandchildren them. We want to know if we grandchildren feel like eat egg, we could give them sausage. If they feel like eat ham, we could give them fried fish and chicken wing. We want we grandchildren enjoy with them, what the big dogs them enjoying. Remodel the place. Don't lock up me and lock up Sherod Duncan. Remodel this place. We want money. We want to feel nice. We want money.
Just imagine we're out here to give support for our comrades who stood up for the rights of people in Guyana, people who are working honestly to earn $1 to provide for their families. Look here, why the government they don't look at getting shelter and protection for these people? Look at this guy, in need of something, but you're taking to court innocent people who stand up for the rights of people and bringing them before the court. The government needs to do things for people like these. Get them looked after. This is what the mayor is about, helping the poor people. Now you bringing the mayor before the court. You bring Sherod before the court. What is it that they expect to achieve? Huh? This is political victimization you're looking at? We don't have time for that. They got other things. This is a need they should look at. Leave the mayor alone. Leave people alone who continue to represent the interests of our people. We're going to continue to call on the administration to do the right thing. Respect local democracy. If you had respect for local democracy, we would not have been here. Things would have been done differently.
When we were here this morning, I'm Councillor Hines, and what is amazing about this matter, I recognize the level of absurdity.
as far as the government is concerned. Coming around this time of the year, there is always a period of time when the mayor and city council allow for what you call seasonal vending. We took a decision in that regard, and as a result of that, a lot of vendors are on the road. But we got some complaints, and only Monday we made a decision that the relevant agencies ought to be written to by the town clerk, and we're inviting them for us to have some dialogue to see how we're gonna rectify this situation. But in spite of this kind of decision, the following day and evening is when the ministry turned up with trucks and police and started to remove people's caravan and others stand along the market street. And the vendors stood up. The mayor was there, I was out there, and we stood up, and subsequently they decided to stand down. My point why I said that the degree of absurdity is that I went with some of these vendors when the minister said the following day that he wanted to meet with them to talk to Minister Edgell as to what the position is in relation to council. And he openly said, whether we like it or not, the people got to move and they will be moved. No, my God. What sort of display is that? If that is not dictatorship, you tell me what is. And this is the kind of arrogance that people have to put up with this government. These people who are vending on the road are not rich people. They are very poor people trying to make a living. Many of them are single parent kind of families. Many of them got children to feed. Some of them provide essential service. You would be surprised to know that the same evening, doctors and nurses coming out complaining that these are the people who keep them going with their snacks and things for the patient. People who go to visit buy from these same people. Now what is it about this government that they can't sit down and work out a system where we can examine this matter and see how we can address this situation, whether incrementally or holistically? Because this is very important. You cannot just displace people and upset their livelihood just like that. They're human beings.
Only public government is doing, I do not like it. They're going to oppress poor people. Poor people will benefit of this country. That means one, they look out for this country. That means one that's grow, make this country grow. The tourism got to depend on us. Everything you want to oppress poor people, there's no sale for you. That's why the country is so dry up. That's all I have to say.
The problem is we're here to support the mayor because we've seen him beside Hamilton Green, the only mayor that cares about vendors. People have a problem all over the world with vending. You understand? But vendors are here to work. We have families. You understand? But I'm very much disappointed this morning to see the response of vendors who the mayor has been charged for and the sacrifice vendors are making for him. I'm very much disappointed. You know, I'm very much disappointed. He is in there making an ultimate sacrifice for us, and we out here, so many of us, all we care about is doing our own business. This is not love, and this is not love. And if he's been defeated, the entire vending process will be defeated. So for those vendors who are listening to me, if you're not supporting the mayor, can't teach you dinner. That's all I have to say for now.
My remarks in this whole episode is that there should be dialogues. If the team, One Guyana to work, central government and local government must work together. The only way we can demonstrate One Guyana is when there is continuous dialogue between the local government and the central government, and collaboration towards building Guyana to the reality of One Guyana. This is my only comment, and my plea is that there should be that cohesiveness between central government and local government. Stop the politicalization of moving Guyana forward. Let us work together. Thank you.
My comment is this. The mayor and city council has been working with the government a long time to remedy the situation with vendors, congestion, traffic jams in the city. We have been working, but the government has not taken cognizance of the recommendations of the mayor and city council. There are policy documents sent to the minister which have not been attended to, and these sort of conflicts have been happening. We cannot run the city in a one-sided manner. It has to be run with the governing APNUFC, which is has the command in terms of the majority on council, and the people of Georgetown. It cannot be run in an on-the-hand manner, and so this situation with the mayor is one that is to be blamed from the governmental point of view, the ministers and all of them. Minister of Local Government, Minister of Works and everybody. The mayor and the council is trying its best to remedy the situation in Georgetown. It cannot go on like this. It's going to end up in an explosive manner, and this is a case for emergency in the city to remedy various anomalies with the partnership of the mayor and city council. Government and the mayor and city council have got to work hand in hand in this situation. Don't let the law take the law into your own hand, especially the situation with the mayor. And I think it was from a heartfelt situation that the mayor made those disclosures that night. And he should be freed. He should be freed without any rancor and so on.
Yes, I'm here first and foremost in support of our mayor, the mayor of this capital city, Ubraj Narine, in defense of his human rights, his civil rights, his rights as a citizen of Guyana. I'm here together with the hundreds of protesters who are here in equal support to let the mayor know that he's not alone in this fight. That persons need to stand up and speak out against the oppressive actions of this administration. They seem hell-bent on creating a dictatorship in Guyana, and now is the time for persons to speak up. The mayor has merely sought to represent the interests of some of the most disadvantaged members of our society, and for that he has been targeted for political victimization and a political witch hunt. It is distressing to note the role of the Guyana Police Force in this sad state of affairs. A police force that seems to be politicized and weaponized, and that is pursuing a policy of taking away people's rights. If more Guyanese citizens do not take a stand and do not speak out against this creeping dictatorship that we have, well, the future is going to be bleak. Many persons have spoken that we're on a slippery slope, that the democratic dividend that our society enjoyed for so many years is now firmly under threat. And I would like Mayor Narine to know that he's not alone in this struggle, that thousands of Guyanese are in his support. Unfortunately, people have their daily lives, and it's not everyone can make the sacrifice to be out here at this time. But I am here to let him know that he's not alone in this struggle.
Free the mayor! Free the mayor! That's my plea. Free the mayor! Free the mayor! The mayor is for the people. The mayor loves the people, and the mayor will fight for the people. So we have to fight for the mayor. So I'm saying today, free the mayor! Free the mayor! Free the mayor! Free the mayor! Free the mayor!
They helping single parent. Did they help any single parent? They helping rice farmer, the guy here, the guy there, all parts of Guyana, and they contributing to no single parent that is on the road. What did you give to single parents? Free the mayor! The mayor's from constituency C1. He brought home 2018 local government election, and he's doing a great job. That man is not a racial man. That man is look for every single Guyanese, the black, the white, the Chinese, the Portuguese, everybody. He's not for one person. He's my vice chairman of my group, Alberton #1 group. And I'm proud of him. I am the secretary of the group. And we're running for local government election. But you know what? The PPP frighten their own shadow. The PPP know they can't win Georgetown, and they will do anything to stifle the mayor. That mayor stand up that night for the black people. And what he said, he did wrong to say it. He did wrong what he said. Because everybody's seeing that he all for a Muslim society. It's only one people inheriting. Coming out and preach is one Guyana. No, it's not the one Guyana. It's a PPP Guyana. It's a PPP Guyana. We got no fear nor favor for this. I back in the mayor 100%. I back in him. He's my boy to my bone, and he's my vice chair of my group, and he's in the city. He's in the city. Angel ain't got no right over the mayor. Angel ever read the book, the law book for city bylaws? He ain't read it yet. Is the mayor got the key for the city? And we want the mayor to free. If they don't free the mayor, we know what we gonna do. We gonna know what we gonna do. Free the mayor.
The comment I would like to make is that I'm here in support of my brother, Ubraj Narine, the mayor of Georgetown, and also my comrade. We believe that charging him and bringing him in before the courts for such a tribal matter is nothing more than political witch hunt, and it was something that could have avoided. As you can see behind me what is happening, the people is turning out. The people turning out here to show support behind this mayor because he did nothing wrong. What he did actually was supporting the vendors who need to provide for their family during a Christmas season. You know, imagining Christmas is like 2 weeks away, and then you have the government stepping in to take away the daily bread of the citizens of Georgetown. Then he as the mayor, he as the chief citizen, he as the elected official to represent those people. All he did was standing up for his people. All he did was representing his people. So he's basically a hero here today. And that is all the mayor did, stand up for the people who elected him He's a chief citizen of Georgetown. He cannot see, and any human being with a conscience will know that Christmas is 2 weeks away and you're about to take away the bread out of people's mouth. Come on, the people them are single parents with children. How do you expect joy to go on the face of the children them? How do you expect them to be happy? So all the mayor did was go out there and support his people, for which he's been victimized, as you can see. Thank you.
Yes, well, Councillor, 4th time out here today. Myself, along with Hindu brothers and sisters, Muslim brothers and sisters, Christian brothers and sisters, and other religious people, vendors, persons from our walk of life. We're out here today to lend support to the mayor. The mayor, His Worship Ubraj Narine, and his councillors has made a decision to not at this time remove vendors or anyone in these hard times. In this high inflation, with the government not putting anything in place to assist the citizens of Georgetown, we have taken that decision. And we believe at this time, especially in this Christmas season, it's cold-hearted for you to start removing these vendors. One caravan represents 10 to 12 persons, a whole household of people. And so we are here just saying, the mayor simply said that we will not allow the government or nobody to come on the city grounds. We are responsible for the city. And so therefore we know what's happening as it relates to the caravans, and we're putting things in place to have them in a state where they're not disruptive. And the markets committee and council, we are working on that. But however, again, the mayor and his councillors has taken that position that at this time, with high inflation, that we cannot remove single parents from their little hustle that they have, the little selling little stuff with the caravans and on their stalls and so forth. We gotta support them, and we need to stand with them at this time. We're in a rich country with a lot of oil monies coming in, and still the government has done nothing to help the poor or ordinary people. Ubraj Narine, His Worship, is standing up to represent the poor class of people, along with his councillors. We will stand with our people. We will stand with the poor. We will stand with the vendors. They shall not be removed. And we're calling on all Guyanese, regardless of what walk of life you're from, to come and stand up with us and defend your city, defend your mayor, defend your country. Thank you.
So let me tell you something going on now. I'm a candidate of a party, Healing the Nation Taxi. And I'd like to know, what is it really that Roland and the mayor for? No government police officer ain't got no right to remove the people from the streets. These things live up to the mayor of any town. I travel this world, outside, inside, and everything is live up to the mayor of any town to move the people. The government have no right. And the government are corrupt and have ministers in the government that people in position are they corrupt. Me the one strike, all the money wearing uniform and protecting people because when they collect a big for pay money. And this is nonsense. This government gotta go and gotta stop. Nonsense gotta stop. I don't want to hear me because I the candidate of the party and I don't like corruption. And anyway they're going to nonsense, I never stop it.
We are all out here with our mayor. I don't know what the mayor do to the president, but they locked him up yesterday. But the mayor is all for us out here. his people, and I am with my mayor to the end. That God really killed me also for my mayor. Thank you.
This morning I'm out here to stand in solidarity and in support for Mayor Ubraj Narine. I believe what was done to Ubraj was quite an unfortunate one. The mayor is responsible for the city of Georgetown, and if something went wrong that the central government wasn't pleased of, by right they should have engaged the mayor, they should have consulted with the mayor, sit around the horseshoe table to determine a way forward how central government and the municipality can work together in order to move the process forward. But what has happened here today, it clearly shows that Guyana has gone. Guyana has gone. After August 2nd, 2020, we no longer a free state. We no longer a liberal people where we can speak for our constitutional right, because it seems as though the freedom of speech, the People's Progressive Party Civic wants to deny Guyanese. So this morning I join with all of my colleagues, whether MPs, my party comrades, the councillors from the city of Georgetown, and all the other supporters out here. I stand with them as we show strength, as we show solidarity for Mayor Ubraj Narine. Enough is enough. Guyanese, we gotta stand together. We gotta stand together. We gotta sound our voices and let the People's Progressive Party Civic know that what they're doing is wrong. It is totally wrong. These charges brought against Ubraj Narine and my colleague Sherod Duncan, it's unlawful. It is unlawful. I have viewed the footage and I haven't seen them obstruct the traffic. I have viewed the footage and all that I heard is Ubraj Narine asking a simple question with regards to how things are going in this country. It is unfortunate. Stop the political persecution against our people. You're there in office to govern. You're there in office to make the lives of our people better. Do what you were installed to do. The time has come, Mr. Irfan Ali, to get your act together. It's not looking good on your part. Enough is enough. May God really help us all in this nation under an installed People's Progressive Party Civic.
We, the people of Georgetown, is standing with the mayor at this point in time and Sherod Duncan, because we believe that this here, what's going on here, is political motivated by the administration, where they are a dictator government. We are asking that them to drop all charges against the mayor, because he was standing up for the citizen of Guyana. He was standing up for the vendors. And we believe that the mayor is just, he's an honest and a peace guiding citizen in Guyana. And today we stand with the mayor in solidarity, and we stand to tell this administration, stop the dictator. Who they should lock up is Jack Dio and the cabal. What they need to do is have Claret resign. Let us focus on calling for a clean voters list. This is a distraction. Guyanese, they're trying to distract us on our call for a clean voters list, because they know that list is corrupt, and the Guyanese is joining with us calling for a clean voters list. And what they do to the mayor is to distract Guyanese. But we are not distracted. We will stand and ensure that we have a clean voters list. Guyana, I'm asking you to come out in your number and support us on this call. Every Tuesday at 12:30 we are in front of GCOM. And I'm asking you to let us stand and let Claret sing. And those dictators know that we are calling for a clean voters list to get it right. But this cabal is trying to distract us.
Good morning. It's rather unfortunate that we have to be assembling every time to voice our disgust. The fact that the ministers, and as a matter of fact, the fact that the government is taking such a high-handed approach when it comes to poor people and the treatment being meted out to poor people, it's disgusting, and it's saying to us that this government is a dictatorship government. They don't care about poor people. All they know about is the 3 F's: family, friends, and favorites. When they want poor people is when they want your votes. Outside of that, they don't care about you. Imagine at this time, people are trying to make an honest living, and this is what you're doing to people, bulldozing their stalls. I mean, what has happened to discussions? What has happened to consultation? Why can't we provide the space where these people can go to earn their living, to ply their trade when the day comes? This is what people have been doing for a number of years. Now, we're not going to say that the people should be there blocking up the entrance of the hospital, but the thing is, there's a better way to do what we're doing. As a matter of fact, the road there is under the management of the mayor and city council, the municipality. And if we want to make a decision, then we should have consultations. But this government, they're bent on bullying people. This government led by Irfan Ali is bent on oppressing people. And poor people have decided that they're not going to be oppressed any longer. The mayor stood up for the citizens of Georgetown, and this is the kind of treatment he's receiving, where he has been arrested and he's now placed in front of the courts. But I'm happy that the residents, as a matter of fact, the vendors and other persons are here to give the kind of support to the mayor that the government did not bargain for. And we will continue to stand with the mayor.
Yes! Free the mayor! Free the mayor! Free the mayor! Free the mayor! Yeah, brother.
Since I am growing up into politics, and as a politician, I never hear all over the world no mayor has been charged and being locked up. That is disrespectful to the law of this country. There's no law, there's lawlessness. And the mayor of Georgetown will be free and in justice. Thank you very much.
Fire for the job! Good morning to the entire world. Well, I don't have to introduce myself. I am out here today assisting in this protest for the mayor and Sherod Duncan. Now, I could remember on many instances where the president, the installed president in front, would batter people verbally. Imagine he met Dr. Hines in Buxton and he called Dr. Hines a joker. Everybody knows that Dr. Hines is a doctor because he had to do his thesis to become a doctor. And he could have defamed that man by calling him a joker. Now he went to the village of Mucka Arcadia. And when he was speaking, I think it's Mucka, or anyway to the mayor, the chairman of the village, who is supposed to be like a president, like how he says a president. And he verbally abused that man. And if he could go around other persons of the installed regime, the Barrow Jack Dio told Ejel to shut up and sit down because he was making noise. The other day they called the Prime Minister a parasite. Those are black men. And nobody have studied to charge them. The president goes about installed as he is and abuse people. Look the other day when they were being summoned to the United States to answer charges of how they have this country as an apartheid state. They are making our African brothers in Guyana live far below the poverty line. And when he got back from the States, he cursed out Jeffries, cursed that man out. But I hope that man now in his role that he's in could get America to fire sanctions against In Front. Because In Front don't have respect for anybody. But when you see you come up without being trained properly, that's the way how you behave. You cannot behave no way better. That is like you take Master Willie, dress up Master Willie, put on shoes and stockings and cane, powder up, give you perfume with pocket kerchief and all kind of thing. Tap out and chain, and the first puddle of mud, he go and roll up in. That is how you could equate the president. And I want us out here to send a strong message to Guyanese people and the world at large that we are going to stand up with the mayor and we are going to stand up with Sherod, because Sherod brings credible news, and that is what they are annoyed with. Because you can't go on the government media and get any proper thing. When I want to see news, I gotta look at Sherod News in the night. We look at all the other programs like In the Ring and Below the Belt and FII to get credible information, because you don't get that from the installed regime. The installed regime news brings a one-sided news and the news that is spotted. So I am out here to give solidarity to Sherod and to the mayor. I am not a vendor. I am a pensioner. I live all the way on the West Coast. And I am one of the pensioners, oh gosh, who is not getting any increase from this government, because I'm an NIS pensioner. And from since 2018, they gave an increase. And to date, they cannot increase NIS pension. With all the money that NIS once had, NIS has no money. They gave old age pensioners increase how many times, but to the NIS worker, no increase. And if you're talking about pensioners, all of us should be given the treatment as pensioners are being given. And I think it's time that we look to carry a protest NIS, because NIS took our monies and pass it on to whosoever to build Barbies Bridge and all kind of thing. And that is called fraudulent conversion of people funds. If I give you me money and you give me money to keep, and I take it and spend it on myself, you could carry me to court and jail me for fraudulent, and the same thing should happen to NIS. NIS need to tell the pensioners and to tell the contributors why we could only get $10,000 for spectacle, and spectacle is about $100,000. Why we could barely get money for false teeth when false teeth is so there. And when you go to them, if you come off the job without going in for spectacles or these things, you said that they in business with them because you should have been sick when you were working, and then you could claim it in your old age. So I think the laws of NIS must be restructured, and NIS should be called upon to increase the pensioners' pension. But we will not be silent. We will continue to fight. The struggle continues. We understand what the struggle is. And we will not be bullied. We will not bow down. We will not give in. We will continue to fight. We will continue to fight. We will continue to fight.
Sherod Duncan and the worshipful mayor were brought to the courts by the government of Guyana to charge them under the Cybercrime Act, to charge them under the Motor Vehicle Act, to charge them under the Racial Hostilities Act, with the allegations that they made statements to excite racial hostilities and ethnic divisions in this country. The public is well aware that there were no such statements made by them on the night in question. These charges are part of a process by the government to shut us down and to shut the opposition down. The court today, in an unprecedented move, made orders seeking to gag the mayor, to gag MP Duncan from speaking about this matter. Also, they wanted in the orders to effect a gag order on their agents and servants. But this is a democracy and no one is no one's agents and servants in this country. Everyone has a right to speak and a freedom of speech. The PPP must explain and the government must explain why the Minister of Home Affairs had reason to come to the Magistrate's Court a few minutes before this matter was called today. Let them explain. So I'm asking you here, are you going to stand for this? No! Are you going to give up? No! We move forward? Yes! We going forward? Yes! They were placed on bail in relation to the two cybercrime charge and the racial hostility charge in the sum of $200,000 each. And in relation to the other charges, they were placed on their own recognizance. they ought to have been placed on their own recognizance in relation to all the charges. You have a current president who was charged with 19 fraud charges and he was let go on his own recognizance.
What is the step moving forward?
It is in January.
What is the step for mayor moving forward? What is the step for the mayor and the team moving forward?
What is the step for the mayor?
Moving forward.
The step for the mayor and the step for the MP and the step for the opposition is to intensify the struggle. We're not backing down, we're going forward. Tell them that. Tell them that we're going forward.
Did they succeed in getting the gag orders? Yes, they were.
The gag orders were granted in some regard, but we will consider them unconstitutional and we will do what we have to do. We will do all that we have to do. This battle is not restricted to court. It is in the homes and it is in the streets and we're going forward.
The swiftness of the Ghana Defense Force that disembody the mayor from its strength.
Look, it is all a part of a carefully orchestrated plan to demoralize the mayor and to send a message to our supporters that they are prepared to move the state machinery against anybody that opposes them. A complete and total hallmark of a dictatorship. And so we do not put anything past them at this moment. Our focus is on, as senior councillor said, maintaining the struggle, intensifying the struggle, and resisting every attempt to encroach on our constitutional rights. Let me say this morning that the police were totally unprepared. Totally unprepared. The prosecutor had no facts. She had to have an adjournment to go to acquaint herself with the facts. And so it is important for us to understand that in their haste to demoralize our people, they are willing to put the administration of justice under serious embarrassment, because it was quite embarrassing this morning for the police to be unable to say exactly what Mayor Narine would have said that constituted the offenses. And so we are in the right and we will continue the struggle. We ask that you continue to support, because this is about us, every Guyanese, and our democratic and our fundamental rights. And so we are going to be keeping you apprised. Stay tuned to all of the social media. As you know, we have been locked out from state media, and so the avenue that we have to reach you is through social media. And so we're asking you to stay tuned, and we will keep you updated as to what our actions are going forward.
I would like to add to your question about the removal of the mayor from the army. The first thing that we need to understand is that the government is seeking to dominate and control every institution. The Guyana Defense Force is an institution under the Constitution. It stands for the upholding force of the Constitution, not upholding illegal instructions from a fraudulent president, from an installed government. Now let me address exactly the issue of that you raised about Gaddafi. The laws require, in relation to a reservist, that he is only subject to military discipline and military law when he's called into service. There's been no order issuing from the government or the army calling the mayor into service. The removal and the purported removal of the mayor as a patriot of the Guyanese people from the Guyanese army is another step, clear step towards the dictatorship. It shows how much the chief of staff has become compromised. It shows how much the police force and the joint services are rendering themselves traitors of the Guyanese people. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Your own reaction.
I wouldn't make any comments on the army removal. I am still loyal to serve as a citizen through the reserve. I've been there for a while, and I believe that there will be justice in this matter. However, I make mention before that Indian people like me will be locked in a cage and be silenced, because I speak for truth and justice for the people of this country. So I want my Indo-Guyanese brothers and sisters to take note of this. This is not a racist comment. This is a fact. And we must be able to understand as a state where we're heading. I've been locked in a cage today. As a pandit, as a Hindu leader, as a mayor, and as a citizen of my country. I've been locked in a cage today by the PUP government.
But we're going to break free.
We will operate peacefully. Peacefully. We want peace. And we'll always maintain peace. But we must fight for democracy. We must fight for democracy in this country. Today we have been silenced. Myself and MP Sherod Duncan have been silenced. We have been caged by this present administration. We will continue to struggle with you, the people. You are the democracy. When the day comes that where you have to go and mark your X for vote for the government, remember this today. Remember this today. But I will not give up. I'm fearless because you, the people, I have to protect your bread and butter. I have to protect your children. Many of you come to that office and cry tears. What would I do? I have to ensure that you have a meal on your table. That is my duty. You are Guyanese and you deserve that right. Comrades, I want to say this. If the government can find jobs for every one of you, you can go and we can clear the street. Let the government find jobs for you. Let the government come in consultation with the council. And that is all I am asking for. I am calling on the international community today that I'm willing to work with any government for the betterment of the city. But the government is unwilling to work with me. And I question it in various ways. And I was bombasted, I was crushed, and I was silenced by this present administration, which I will continue to struggle. I will continue to fight for you with the MPs with the leader of the opposition and you, the people, who is important to me, to the depth of my heart, I will continue to fight for you. I thank you very much.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you so much today for coming out and for showing your support. This is a struggle. This is a movement. And it's going to take commitment and it's going to take dedication. Let me warn you that they're going to come at us with everything that they have. But we will not be deterred, we will not be discouraged, and we will not allow anyone to come to hijack this struggle and to cause it to descend into chaos and anarchy. The Constitution protects our right to peacefully assemble, and that is what we will continue to do. That is what we will continue to do. Over the next few days, you will anticipate a couple of things. You are going to see the state coming after us. You are going to see them using every avenue, every miserable excuse to frustrate us. But we will not be frustrated. This is a fight for the soul of our nation. This is a fight for the soul of democracy. And we will show them that we are up to the fight. So, moving forward, these are your next instructions. As you know, as we have said before, we have been shut out from state media. And so, every one of us here has a smartphone. And so I want to say to us to stay tuned to our social media. I want every one of you to get on social media and sound your voices. They are trying to put a news blackout on Guyana so that the rest of the world will not know that they are trying to crush us. But if every one of us takes our social media page and we make it known that they are killing democracy, that they are using the state against us, that they are using the police against us, we will expose them. And so we ask you to stay tuned to the social media and we will give you further instructions. My brothers and my sisters, the struggle continues, and I want to say to you that victory is certain. Are we going to give up? No! Are we going to fight? No! They will brand us thugs, they will brand us hooligans, but we say to them today, we do not care. We are fighting for the lives of our family, our loved ones, and we are fighting for our rights. And so we will continue to fight. Will we surrender? No! Thank you, my people.
I want the government to know that they have decided that you're weak, that you're disoriented. They have come to the conclusion that you've given up, and they could take away your rights, they could take away your opportunities, they could take away your resources. So today, I want them to understand that this is the first sign of showing the PPP that we're ready. Are you ready, comrades? Are you going to go forward with us? They're saying that the opposition is weak, that the people are not with us. They want to go into our communities and give crumbs while they give much to themselves and their friends. Are you going to accept that? Comrades, this struggle is a just struggle. This struggle is not about Christians. It's not about Muslims. It's not about Amerindians. It's not about Hindus. It is about humanity. It is about justice. It's about equality. And I want them to understand, comrades, that poor people got to live. Poor people got to live. Do you want to live? Do you want to beg for your existence? We're going to be moving forward. Because it's not going to stop. Thank you, comrades.
That's all we have for you this time. Thanks for joining Credible Sources.